So first off, I wanted to immediately say that I'm sorry for if in my last video like I seemed very like snappy or demanding as far as like saying like you need to accommodate this view. And part of like I wanna explain what I mean by that is so like if you have chemicals and you mix them, like this yellow one here is lead iodide, and when you mix potassium iodide and lead nitrate, they form a solution. And this yellow salt here, this yellow precipitation, is the lead iodide. And so that would be something that if you had those two chemical compounds and then you mix them, you would now be able to say you're observing, you're seeing that a yellow salt is formed when you mix those compounds. And so what I'm trying to grasp here is there were people who thought that, especially before TFE, who thought that the sun was impossible. To see a circling sun would be impossible in any way for a flat Earth to have this like other sun, circling sun, and um, and that would be the that would be something that if it is impossible, then making that observation would falsify the model. Like the Earth would be a globe, and that's where I was at, was thinking the Earth is a globe as well for a little bit. But here's where what I'm trying to understand is once you form an observation of something, like once you form a flat model with an apparent circling sun, no matter how implausible it seems or how ridiculous or anything like that, it's just the one concept being talked about, the observation of a yellow salt forming, the observation of a sun circling the edge. So would it be that once you show that it is not impossible for the model, that you would then you would lose that exclusive ability, that qualifier, to an observation? Like I'm not saying that if you mix um, uh, potassium iodide and lead nitrate together, I'm not saying you're going to get like a red salt or you're going to get no salt or anything like that. Like those are things that once it's observed, you have that observation. So there is somehow possible ways, and we don't know if there's only one way with the superfluid ceiling hypothesis, or several ways, and we don't know which of the ways the creator would choose to make. So once you have observed the very one phenomena that there is on a model, isn't that enough to qualify it as no longer being exclusive to another model because you've shown the possibility of it? And that is kind of that's kind of one of the things that I'm wondering about. And I get like that there could be sun reflections or other suns, or you would see multiple things, or things like that. But Joe is not the creator. Like his model is trying to show one thing, and whatever precise engineering, whatever access to certain materials, if it's heavenly materials or anything, we wouldn't have access to that. But it is this is so important because if the earth is a globe or if the earth is flat, that has very significant meaning for the Bible, and and what it is to be human. Like, are we really animals? And I've been talking with some people in the comments, and I've been trying to really consider how it could be a globe, and this is preposterous and everything. But then like I can go out and run an errand, and I see somebody, and I'm immediately like, there's no way evolution is real. There's no way abiogenesis happened. There's no way consciousness arose from chemicals, like all of this stuff that's beyond matter and energy, and that is so apparent, and we have so much control over. And so it's a huge worldview difference whether the earth is actually one thing or the other. And I know there are probably some Christians out there who don't want to hear that, but like, there's a big difference between the earth being a globe, actually being a globe, and you believe it's a globe, or the earth actually being flat and you believe it's a globe. and what it means for us as humanity and how we go about solving these solutions. I think about the food supply, and I think about how in 30 years we might not have food. We might not have grocery stores and things because we ran our food. Our food supply system right now is so inefficient. It takes 2,000 liters of fresh water for a pound of beef, and it only like 60 liters for a pound of tomatoes. And so we're losing water. We lose grazed land to cows, which becomes sand after a few years. And we can run out of. We already can't feed people now. And so, but then how do you approach that with people? How do you talk to people about the future of food supply? Do we want to, if this life is it because it's a globe and there's no afterlife, how are you going to how are you going to talk with someone about not doing exactly what they want because they're only here for this time and that's it, versus working together and having community in a sense, and a sense of community, a sense of longevity. I mean, shouldn't we want to work towards the most longevity we can if this is the only life we get? Shouldn't we work towards bettering our sustainable systems that are necessity? And shouldn't we work towards technology even that helps us, live longer? That's what's so crazy. Like, actually, if the globe is real, the Bible is actually a very limiting book in a lot of ways, as far as not like, I don't know how it predicted buying with your hand when back then it was coins and everything. And uh but like, to not have, I think, if, by the way, with like AI and everything, like I'm not going to protect my body, so long as the Bible is true. But like, I don't know, like an EMP in my heel or something to stop a robot, would be, I don't know, that stuff. There are different. It's what are we working towards? How do we approach? How this life is meaningful, no matter which way, the Bible or naturalism, science, academia, because that's exactly the opposite of the Bible. And how is that a coincidence? Like, really, is the Bible exactly opposite to what we know to be true in the world? Is that really how things are? It doesn't seem like it. Um, the whole thing with relativity, half the argument for cosmology is right there. So, favor flat Earth, so biblical Earth, and so, it's just, so let me, like, the one I'm curious about really is impossibility. If something is claimed to be impossible, but then it's shown some way in some demonstration, regardless of how preposterous, that at least shows possibility. It's not like I can, I'm not going to give you a piece of dark energy or something, or space-time fabric, something that's completely never substantiated and is still so far, not tenable and not in reality, in existence, and is just a theoretical mathematical construct beyond the matter and energy that we say we are, because intelligent people are thinking of thoughts. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say for this. And I'm just curious what your clarifying is. How, where does empirical science draw that? Like, if you observe something, don't we all have to say, yeah, that's what's been observed? Haven't we observed a flat model show an edge circling sun, period? Like, right there, can we just start right there? And have we seen that? Yes or no? Isn't the answer yes? So, um, if you can't show the exact lighting of everything and, all that, that's, we can talk about that, and that's, a subject. But shouldn't we focus more on just, we're focusing on if it's a falsifying observation or not? And I still think the ground tracking would be a, better way to go. 5,000-mile max flight is what you get. Start in one group in Australia, one group in South America, fly to the same South Pole, and, take a group photo or something. Or live stream it the whole way there or whatever on the plane, and then get out and see everybody. And anyway, okay. I hope you all are doing well, no matter where you're at. Peace, day or night. And I am sorry too for my, if I seemed very, blunted or whatever. Science doesn't care about your feelings, yada yada yada. The other day, so that's not, we should always care about each other's feelings. There's more to the world than science, naturalists. So anyway, for everybody, there's so much more than science. Science is a big thing, and it's a good thing and everything, but there's a lot more. Anyway, thank you all very much. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, no matter where you're at, day or night, peace be with you all.